Hello there, how's your day? I'm Mega Kid. Alright, never would I have thought that I would get to say that a VTuber agency had bought another VTuber agency, and in this case, apparently that Idol Corp had been sold to Brave Group. And when you think about it, right, it's kind of like get a lot of people questioning like how does all this happen, and often more than not you won't get to see a VTuber agency bought another VTuber agency. So far I don't think I hear any previous case other than some of the VTuber agency kind of like they either get bankrupt or they either die to who know where. I've seen a lot of like VTuber agency kind of like disappear along the line, as well as they kind of like just say, oh, it can't work anymore, and they just kind of like just say that they decided to shut down along the line, and they kind of like part way with the talents along the line. Who knows? But for a company to decide to get another company, it's not unheard of when you think about like when a company is gonna fail and they kind of like get acquired by another company, because the company is like, hey, you got quite a few stuff, you got quite a few talents that we want, and we want to hire, we want to buy along the line. It had happened. So in this case, it does mean that Idol, it will be now under Brave Group. So as in regards to like virtual sport or any other Brave Group Idol itself, they will also have the Idol Corp talents as well, is what I want to say. But apparently further information, and I kind of like glad that I kind of like give you a wait and see approach, because apparently 5 of the talent decided to graduate or kind of like part way. The reason why I say part way is because I can't really say it's graduation, because graduation means that they kind of like give out their IP or whatever and they part way. But based on this way, it seems like they get to keep their IP, their 2D model or whatever along the line, their channel, and it's kind of like seems to be just parting way, just leaving the company, not kind of like staying in. So all in all, based on the situation, let's talk about like the first thing first, the acquisition of Idol Corp by Brave Group. So IdolEN, or basically the Idol Corp itself, is not without controversy on its own, even though they got quite a few talents on their pool. One of the interesting thing that I do cover about Idol EN back then was actually in regards to Reroll One, where the Idol Corp put out a very damning termination of the idol talents, and the kind of like information at the time, I kind of like say it was way too much. It seems to be, in my view, that it seems to be they're trying to discredit her, trying to ensure that she kind of like don't spread out too many things, and even if she do spread out few things, people is not going to believe her because her credibility is on the ground to the abyss along the line. And although I didn't really cover much about what happened to Idol Corp later on, I would suggest you guys to go and check out Khyo's video, where he actually did kind of highlight a few moments of what the Idol Corp had did, which basically, although I did not cover myself, probably because I was sick during that period, and I remember it happened during the time when I was sick, that I didn't have around a week or two of not able to do random chat. So it happened during that period and I didn't cover it. It probably still slipped my mind, but from what I do know, is that it seems that the company Idol Corp not only do not pay some of the staff, they kind of like fail to pay upfront to artists, to people, to the staff along the line, including payment to be given to their own talents. And it really kind of beg the question, like, where did the money gone? Because I mean, like, when some of the talents are getting some of the donation, get some of the payment, and yet the Idol Corp say that no, we don't have your payment, or we don't have the money, or they kind of like the money seems to be disappearing, even though it seems like they are using the money for other purpose. It may be due to pay for rental, electric bill, whatever. But the question is like, isn't there a sort of like commission cut from the overall, and then you have to give the rest to the talents along the line, and some of the money you have to keep it for yourself, maybe to for the operation of the company or whatever. So it really kind of like have, at that time, I remember talking to someone about it, that I seem to have the suspicious that Idol Corp may have some form of embezzlement inside the company. So when you think about it, right, about the money not paying out front in time, or how some of the payment seems some of the donation doesn't seem to go to the talents along the line. It really begs the question like where is the money in Idol Corp, as well as that it really kind of wondering like are they having a money issue along the line? If they have money issue, then why is there the donation not going through to them along the line, or why is there like late payment on the line? Like, what happened to all the issue? So when you think about it, if it is not without controversy. It is having issue on that the company itself had problem previously under the previous CEO. But right now, considering that Brave Crew have brought the company, as quite a few people do cover the cases themselves, including Salvi as well. So I can only hope that the company, whoops, for some reason, okay. In regards to that, right, I can only say that I can only hope that the company kind of like, yeah, hopefully Brave Crew is able to pay off all the debt that the idol group used to own along the line, or maybe that like some of the talents are being able to get some form of payment along the line when they are under the group. So if they do, but like if they do get the a lot of talents, and the talents decided to stay with the company along the line, then hopefully that they will get to grow furthermore. The issue with the debt is that we won't know how much the debt is and how much the payment is kind of like put on hold, because they kind of like did say that some of them finally got paid, but only like quite a long period of time or whatsoever along the line. So it's really bad the question that where did the money previously gone to? Like did the CEO kind of like eat out the money along the line? Who knows? It's on the line of speculation. So take that with a huge pinch of salt and throw the salt at the screen if you need to. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't deny the fact that Idol Corp have finally been bought by Grateful, and in a way, if you think about it, right, it's also a good thing, because not only is that Idol Corp, technically some of the talents are still pretty small, despite them having like 100 times more subscribers than me, but it still doesn't deny the fact that in terms of like many VTuber, they are still considered on the smaller scale, and there is still chance for them to keep growing. And I've seen some of the talents so I can feel like they got the ability to become bigger in the future. Just need some form of timing or whatever along the line. But that's on my own personal opinion. All in all, when I say that, hey, when some of the talent choose to stay, it's good because they got quite a like Idol group itself got quite like over 10 plus talents, and all of those a lot of people decided to stay within Brave Group because based on I think based on the transition and everything is the new contract, maybe it worked well for most of the talents, but it still doesn't deny that out of all the talents, there are further 5 of them decided to get out, like including like Juna-san, Fuyu-san, Katarina-san, Rin-san, as well as Meika-san. The most ionic or maybe the most well-known VTuber within this whole group, I would definitely say is Rin-san, because anyone who do know very well is that Rin-san is when she was when they are still like being called the Idol group or the Idol Corp, she has the most subscriber of all people. I mean, like even when she kind of like when you go to check her the IdolEN, Isekai, or the Endless and project, you can just see most of them are around like 50 to 70 plus or 80 okay, except for Yuko being at 230k. But even that, Yuko lost to Rin-san at 3 times that amount. So she is considered the most successful Prince VTuber out there in the whole idol group. So when you think about it, right, she decided to like graduate, or I really can't really say graduate because she get to keep her IP model. So and you all know very well that there is a reason why I can't say graduate, because graduation tend to mean they leaving the company as well as they giving up the model in most cases. But in this case, she is seemingly have the chance to keep her model, keep her channel, and just that she have to go on the 1 year. Apparently they stated that based on what I do know, is that they get they, instead of get like being paid out from for the IP, they are going on the so-called revenue sharing of the model for 1 year, so they get to like so-called use the model for 1 year, and any revenue they get from like as a VTuber, they will have to pay a lump sum to the company Brave Group along the line, and it seems to be what the case is going about. But even so, like I mentioned, based on a lot of group, including Rin San, I think like Rin San getting to like deciding to go off. I mean, like I can see why, because she is really big enough. Like she's almost at 800k subscribers. I won't be surprised if she reach 1 million subscribers when after she kind of leave Idol Group and she go full on, because there is a huge difference between a corporate VTuber and a indie VTuber. So once you become an indie VTuber, although there is still some discipline you have to set for your own personal self, but it doesn't mean that you have to answer to any company. There is no rule, no whatsoever. So we will probably get to see even more unhinged moment or kind of like crazy moment from Rin San. Maybe yes, maybe not, maybe I don't know. But it's really kind of like speculative at this point of time that we get a lot of the people get to leave. And I mean, like personally for me, I mean, like she going indie it's not gonna hurt her. It's actually more like going to hurt the company Brave Group themselves, because personally, if I'm the Brave Group, I would choose to get her stay within the company, because she is really one of the biggest out there. And for them to unable to like keep her, like when I saw the list, I was like, oh, they failed to get her along the line. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I can't say. I mean, like Poco-san get to choose to stay, Ruby get to stay, Lalabelle choose to stay along the line. So all in all, when you see like the whole group, like everyone cover it, I mean, like everyone got their own point of view. I'm pretty sure that FalseEyeD also FalseEyeD did talk about it as well, although that video also kind of like talk about Haywire. That will be a whole new different random chat probably somewhere this week. But all in all, when you think about it, right, Rin San decided to, and of course quite other few people decided to choose to go away. I can see why, because when most of them is already like being considered big enough, then to me I think if being big enough mean that it's good that you can go indie, then yeah, I don't see any issue with that. And more so that she can just do whatever she want based on what I see. But it again, at the end of the day, we shall give it a wait and see approach, because the one thing is that she is not like, at least Rin San and 4 other more is that they get to keep their IP, and to me I think that's a good thing, because at least we know that we can still refer her to as Rin Penrose, or maybe for June, like Juna, Fuyu, Katarina, like we can still refer them as their the name they are set as when they are under the idol along the line. So all in all, I think it's still I wouldn't think it's like entirely a bad thing. It's just that it's kind of interesting that in order to kind of like prevent any more setback, Brave Group decided to say that they're announcing they are like, for those who choose to stay with them, they are going to work on their 3D debut. So I think that's also a good thing, because it means that they are going to make sure that all those more so-called less than 100k subscriber will at least have some sort of 3D model. I think that's a good thing, because when you think about it, right, it means that they are giving some form of kind of benefit. I would say, like, if you work with us, we give you the benefit, and 3D model is one of them. I think that's a good thing, probably because like to some of the others, they feel like they don't want to be under a company along that. Maybe they got traumatized from Idol along that, who knows. But all in all, I would say that the acquisition of Idol by Brave Group, I think it should be considered a good thing, because overall it means that we get to see some of the idols still stay. Probably they will have they can grow further from now on. We won't be sure how the growth will be from now on. We can only give it a wait and see approach. I will love the wait and see approach, but for those other 5 that get to so-called graduate, I don't think they really kind of like put the graduate is a good term. I mean, like parting way will definitely be a better term in my view, but if leaving mean graduation, I think we'll just go we have to roll with that along the line. So anyway, all in all, oh, another thing I almost forgot. I know I did talk about it. I might talk about IdolEN back then. I mean, like it's been around 8-9 months back then. I don't think it's right for me to cover any more dirt on IdolEN as for right now until we further information provided by other people that I feel comfortable to talk about. The late payment to staff or no payment to staff, that one is kind of like, to me, is considered very F out. But on the other hand, there's also like not enough for me to say too much. I mean, like some of them still get paid, but again, like I mentioned, it seems to be on the line of speculation, and at that time I was thinking that was the money being so-called being appropriate or being misused by the company along the line. I couldn't say, I kind of like stated that, but I also can't really have enough proof to point that out. And as well as that, if I do that video, it will be end up like being 2-3 minutes of me talking about it, and then be 7-8 minutes of me yapping along the line. But all in all, Idol Corp, although it's considered no more and it's being under Brave Good, I mean, like as for right now, we will give it a wait and see how they will kind of like grow from here, how the talents will be grow under the Brave Group VTuber agency, and hopefully that they will become well known, because some of them, as I can say, they do deserve some form of love, and I think they do have the ability to grow further on. As for other 5 in Katarina, Fuyu, Juna, as Ring and Meika, I think going indie, if it help them to help to do even further things that they can do, consider that, because some of them like Rin is really one of the biggest VTuber that I know. So if they can grow even further without under the company, then I think we should actually respect them and hope that they will become even shinier along the line. So I think that should be more than enough. I mean, I kind of yep a bit too much for today, but again, I still have to say that a lot of things that I do say my speculative thought is just a random chat. So if you have your own view, your own opinion, or you agree or disagree, write in the comment below, we can discuss it further. But if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat if you are not subscribed, because some of the things that I can say can be either make sense or it's just totally random. Who knows? But don't forget to share the video so that more people get to see this kind of video, or maybe you just want them to listen to an old man yapping. But either way, I hope all of you who watch until the end have a good day or night. Bye!